How do we bring bedroom confidence back? So in the past, things felt alive, you felt confident in the bedroom, and now there's this feeling of uncertainty, perhaps a bit of boredom, and things just not going to plan. We want to feel the aliveness back in the bedroom, and yet we're left with awkward moments, embarrassing moments, or just totally avoiding intimacy. In this video, I'm going to share 3 tips that you can start doing straight away to bring back bedroom confidence. I have fixed performance anxiety for myself. I've spent the last 4 years understanding this, and I've worked with men from every continent around the world, apart from Antarctica, to be able to fix performance anxiety. Okay, we're going to start with number 1, and I decided to do this with Uno cards. Why not? It's more fun that way. So number 1 is about, are we actually turning our partner on? Are they turning us on? Often what happens when it comes to intimacy, especially when couples have been together for a while, is things go a bit standard, they go a bit the same, or because of kids, life happening, what used to turn each other on, it doesn't really happen anymore. And often we're expecting, oh, we should just be having more intimacy. Why isn't it happening? But actually, we're not turning each other on. So why would we want more of something that feels boring or feels standard? So I'd like you to remember back to something that your partner told you or you saw that you did that really turned them on. Okay, this could be that they verbally said something to you, or you could see in your eyes that what you did really turned them on. And I'd like you to ask yourself, when did that last happen? When did they last see you doing these kind of things? And do it the other way around too. What did you see that they did that turned you on? And think to yourself, when did that situation happen? And the chances are it's probably been a while, or there hasn't really been much conscious effort that's gone into it. So that is the first tip. I'd like you to start thinking about something that you've done in the past that you have seen or heard your partner give you feedback on that turned them on. And I'd like you to start thinking about how to bring back some more of that excitement rather than things just being the same old every time. Nobody wants more of the same boring intimacy. Number 2, and I'm going to be careful with the word in here, adult entertainment. Okay, we need to do a health check, let's say, on what kind of adult entertainment we are watching. If you find yourself regularly picking up the phone and relieving stress in that way, we all know what I'm talking about here. I'd like you to consider, is that type of content that you're watching, does it match the same kind of partnered intimacy and moments that you're sharing with your partner? For most of us, the answer to that is probably no. It's types of scenes or situations that don't really match the same day-to-day situations with our partner in the bedroom. And this spills over into the bedroom. There's no question about that, especially if we're watching things intensely or with more regularity. So I'd like you to consider the type of adult entertainment that you're watching. If it doesn't align with what you and your partner are used to doing, which means you're going to be getting less turned on when you're with your partner, because right now things aren't the same as what you're watching. The best way to stop that impact is to cut out the adult content or reduce it, or as a first step to start watching more of the type of scene situations that matches what you and your partner are experiencing. I'm going to pause here for a moment before I go on to number 3 and say, if you're a man and you're experiencing challenges to get or maintain an erection, in the comments below I'm going to put the link to the performance anxiety quiz. This is a free quiz. It's 10 yes or no questions that you can ask yourself to understand these challenges that are going on in the bedroom. Are they related to performance anxiety, or is it something else? So you can head below, click on that link in the description box. That will take you straight to the page where you can answer the 10 yes or no questions, and you will see your score. Let's move on to number 3. And I just realized if any of these cards were the wrong way around, I wasn't looking at the way I was holding them up. So number 3, this is about outside of intimacy. How are things in a relationship? I mentioned before a health check with the type of entertainment that we're watching, but this is now a relationship health check. What I mean by this is, how alive do things feel? If you were to rate the aliveness in a relationship on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being it's dead, there's no aliveness, 10 being is incredible, we're sharing new experiences all the time, we feel so alive around each other, what would that number be right now? Think of that number in your mind right now. The chances are that if we're watching this video, we're feeling less alive in a relationship than ideally we'd like to be. So how do we revive that? Well, my question is, are things the same standard stuff that's happening all the time, or are we injecting life and energy? If we want to, I know this is not a nice picture, but if we're bringing somebody back to life with the electric pads, right, we're having to inject energy into them. Imagine if we were reviving the relationship with these electric pads. What's the energy that's going into them? It's throwing in things like adventures, dates, spontaneity of just going somewhere, sharing a moment together. This doesn't have to mean booking a 2-week trip to a country that you've never been to before. This can mean just going on a date night. It can mean doing something, staying up a bit later, or going to a hotel for one night that you haven't been to before. Or quite simply, just asking new types of questions versus what usually happens is the same routine, the same questions when we get back in from work. Hi honey, how was your day? Oh, that sounds really difficult. Yeah, my day was fine, thank you. I'm going to the gym now. Right, the same types of boring conversations. The phrase that we all know is familiarity breeds contempt. Okay, which is a bit extreme for a relationship, but it's true. We have to switch things up. We have to inject electricity and life. And that doesn't have to mean anything crazy. It can just mean bringing our attention and awareness to do some new things every so often, once every week, once every 2 weeks. Okay, this is not about every day. So those are the 1, 2, 3 tips for how to bring back bedroom confidence. If you found this video helpful, then in the bottom right hand corner you will see a button that says subscribe. Click on that button so that you can get the latest brand new videos and tools as I share them.